Hi, we just finished meeting for pronunciation practice on August 13th, and we started with the difference between tongues and tongs. Tongues in your mouth have the vowel, like up. So keep your tongue low in the middle and pulled back a little bit, like tongues. And this NG combination is the where the back of your tongue goes up very high and touches the top of the back of the mouth. Tongue. And so no air can come out the mouth. It has to go through the nose. Tongues. And this one, tongs. The vowel is ah. So your tongue has to be low. Your whole jaw is low and the lips are straight up and down like ah. Tongs. Tongs. This is another NG, looks like it's together, but they are separate. So in this one, angels, the tongue goes up in the front for an N behind the top teeth, and then the G sounds like a G. I mean, sorry, a J. Angels, angels, two separate parts. But in this one, it's spelled a little differently, and people get this spelling confused all the time. Now, this NG really is the NG combination ang. So the back of the tongue goes high and touches the back of the mouth. Angles, angles, like triangles. This one also is the combination clang, clang. And then once you are up there for the clang, you hold it there, bring it down, and put it back up, but not too quickly so that it sounds like clanging, but clanging. You're kind of sliding it back. Clanging, clanging. Partial has the sh sound in the middle, partial, and parcel has the s in the middle. That means your package. Parcel. Possible has the ah vowel. Would it be possible to meet at a later date? Passable is the ah vowel. The students' marks were passable. So paw, the lips are straight up and down. Pa, the lips are back. Now, here's a little group of words that look very different than they sound. So I hope that column B doesn't confuse you. If it does, then don't look at it. But warm is really an OR sound. It's getting warm in here. And you round your lips for the W, but then you keep them rounded. War. As you're making the R, my tongue is curling back inside. Warm. As I'm keeping my lips rounded and make the M. Warm. The same thing happens with worn, whether it's spelled AR as in I tried to warn you, or OR as in I have worn this many times. It's the same OR with rounded lips. Worn. Keep them rounded as long as possible. Worn. And now this one that is actually spelled with an O sounds like an ER, and you have to round your lips for the W, but you don't keep them rounded. Were. Worm. Earth, worm. Earth has the same as worm, so it's a good one to practice together. Earthworm. Whether it's spelled D-R-A-U-G-H-T, like the British spelling, or D-R-A-F-T, like the American spelling, you have two choices. You can say draft, which would be more British with an ah, or draft with an ah. You'll see this on menus, and sometimes it's spelled draft beer with an A-F-T or A-U-G-H-T, but it sounds the same. This could also be called beers on tap. But draft, there are many definitions of draft, and I think one of the more common ones is a version of something you did. So it's my first draft, my second draft. And mnemonic, the M is completely silent, we don't say it, and the E here is not stressed, so you can say n or ni, mnemonic. And Americans pronounce this French word as rendezvous, rendezvous. And finally, we have otorhinolaryngologist. So it's a long word with a lot of Greek parts. So if you take them apart, oto means ear, rhino means nose, larynx means throat, and ologist is a person who studies that thing. So if you take E, ear, N, nose, T, throat, and use the short abbreviation ENT, people know it's a ears, nose, and throat doctor. And a lot of times we just call them that instead of the whole long name, otorhinolaryngologist. So each part, odo, the T is a D, Rhino, laryngologist. Otorhinolaryngologist. I have to say it that way. Otorhinolaryngologist. It helps me remember all the syllables. So I'll say them again without chit chat. Tongues, tongs, angels, angles, clanging, partial, parcel, possible, passable, warm, worn, worm, draught, draft, mnemonic, rendezvous, otorhinolaryngologist, or ENT. Thanks. It was good to see everybody, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for intonation practice. Thanks. Have a good day or evening.